Hello, viewers, and welcome to another session of Blue Flinch. Today, I'm here with the host, Linda, and today we'll be talking about relationship and particularly about dating. Welcome, Miss Linda.
You're welcome. Thank you, Maggie. Today I wanted to ask some of the things that in waiting do you think someone should do?
Well, as a single person, I got a couple of questions that I want to ask you. So, how do you know you're ready? I know that's one of the questions that you asked me. Like, how do I know I'm ready? And I'm like, I don't know. So, how do you know you're ready?
Yeah. How you know you're ready? Ready to date or ready to marry?
Ready to, well, both.
I can say in dating,
I think in dating is just when somebody just asks you, you just say yes.
dating is like you're meeting and you're getting to know the person and friendship. But when it comes to marriage, you will have, by then, you'll have this person who you want to introduce to your friends or your family. They've seen you with them for a long time and they'll call you out. If you have someone like a mentor who's mentoring you, or even your parents, they're the best person who can tell you whether you're ready. Because they've been in an atmosphere where they're married and they know those things that entails in your marriage. So with them talking to you, either finding out about how do you handle your finances, what's your things like credit score, what's your family value and your beliefs, and are you whole as a person? So they'll be able to point out those things to you, and by them, if you're a woman, they'll say, well, it's, you need to work on these things. If you're a man, because for me, I believe it's a man who finds. So as a woman, I'm waiting to be found. So
repeat that one more time.
I believe it's a man who finds. As a woman, I'm waiting to be found. So while I'm, yeah. No, I said it. The men are the ones who find. So, yeah, they're the ones who find. So before even, I should not be wondering if I'm ready or not. I should be working. And even in my own right now as a married woman, I'm still, single and progressing on working on myself. It does not stop. So you should always be at that point of finding out yourself and all that and having people who will call out on you. For men, I'd say if maybe they have parents or the people who are their mentors too, when it reaches that point when they've found that person, they should go back to either the parents or their mentors. This is something that I learned a while ago in a church I was attending, Ambassadors Worship Center. They'll go and, hey, Dad, I'm ready, and then the father will check out, okay, where are you taking this woman? What's all those things. The same relative also to a woman. What's your credit score? How do you deal with finances? What's your vision and your purpose in life? Are you whole? Yeah.
You know what? You mentioned something that is very interesting. Like you mentioned about your vision and your purpose. I believe that everybody should have their core values. Like when you go to any company that you've ever worked for, they have their mission statement, they have their core values. And I believe as an individual, regardless of everything that you're doing, you should have your own values and your core values and your mission statement also. Because that describes who you are as a person. It describes what you're looking for. And it's not even so much as what you're looking for. It just describes who you are, And also, I believe that you should never stop working on yourself. I've noticed like in some relationships, like when people will get into a relationship, they're always dressing up, looking cute and everything. But after they get married, they let themselves go. I believe you should still keep on working on your goodness. It's not because you're doing this so you may attract that person. You never stop working on yourself. And it's not only on just the outward part, even on your inside part. Work on your intelligence. Work on your on growing yourself spiritually, nurturing yourself, taking care of you. And this has always been my statement, saying that the other person who's coming into my life, they're not coming in to take something out, because I am not a half bread, I am not a half loaf, I'm not a hybrid, I'm not anything half. I am a whole person, because I'm whole in Christ. I am whole, and I am continuing to I'm continuing to nurture this. I'm continuing to be a steward. I'm stewarding my wholeness with this time of me waiting. And so with that, there's some things that I'm working on me. And whoever is gonna come in, they're coming to compliment me. They're not coming to steal something off, so that when they depart, they're not leaving anything. They're not taking anything off. You just living on, because everybody has baggages. There's some things that you need to work on. But I remember, like, when you were young, we used to have this whole list. Oh, like, I want somebody who has 6 figures. I want somebody who has a big car and this and whatnot. But you come to realize as you grow, like, some of these things are meaningless. I'm not saying that they shouldn't have a pursuit of something that validates them as a man, or as a woman you shouldn't have something that you're looking forward to. I have noticed, like, back home, some of the females, they're just sitting there, they're waiting to be married so they can have this person to take care of. And to be honest, that's something I've always had a problem with. It when a man approaches me and they tell me they want to take care of me. I'm not your assignment. I'm not like something that you need to take care of. No, when you're coming in my life, you're coming in, like I said, as a compliment. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do your responsibilities as a man. And we know your responsibilities is in the book of Genesis, as it says that what a man should be the head of the household. Do your housely duties as a head house. And I'm coming in as a helper, but not as a servant, as a helper. And I think some people do confuse that.
For me, I'd say, per se, considering right now, and those are some of the things that you need to discuss in your dating or courtship. Like, what are your values? I hear per se, like, I don't know women. I'm still learning about that, which I don't know, marriage, you don't know men roles, women roles. And those are some of the things that you need to discuss prior. Like, what are your values? And to you, or when it comes to, like, who is a woman to you and who is a wife to you, if it's a man you're speaking to. And if it's a lady, to a man, who is a man and who is a husband to you. And that way, by doing that, you will know what the other person, like, entails and what they are to them. That way, if you foresee there's some things which might bring a clash, because I might want to I'll use the color of our chairs. I might want to use red plates, and he has to have green plates, and things cannot, and for me that's really hurt most. And for him, maybe that's hurt most. So if I compromise that, and maybe to me it's something major that I can, then later on it might still be a problem, because now we are talking, but when we go to the house, when we're going to buy the plates, he'll get the green, I'll get the red. So those are some of the things that you need to discuss, so that when you get there, it's not like you have a lot of expectations because you did not discuss what your values are in regards to what is your family believes, who are your friends, what do you like doing, what are your hobbies.
And how soon do you think you should start having these conversations, though? Because I'm pretty sure you just don't want to be like, you've met this person on the first day and boom, you're just bombarding them with all this, because you're like, like, oh, chill out, hold out, girl, like, I don't know you like that, I just took you out on a date, you know what I'm saying, like, we just over here, I'm just trying to get to know you, Shouldn't come up with me with this, because like I say, as female, we love to talk, we love to hear ourselves talk, and sometimes we just give the whole entire manuscript of like our whole entire life. How soon should you start having these conversations?
I'll say there's one quote that Dr. Miles used to use in the conferences and also in the podcast. If you listen to him, used to say, if you don't know a purpose of something, you'll end up abusing it. And that's the same way also, like in dating, because someone might be just dating you as a friend, and they're not like ready even to commit to you, even you're not maybe the one. So you shouldn't wear that cap and make the assumption that they've said. I'd say as a woman, you just keep on growing yourself and let the man be the one to speak and tell you, hey, this is the next phase I think we're going to of life, and I'd like to. So once they start, then that opens the door for you, like, to pose those questions and also get to hear and learn them too. Whether it's a man or female, I believe it's both. You get to know, like, this person, like, deeply, personally. How do they deal with what's the days when they're happy? How are they? When they're angry, how are they? How do they deal with money? What is the kind of lifestyle? How do they wake up? Are they a morning person? Are they a night person? By the questions that you pose. Doesn't mean that you move in so that you learn them, but from wherever distance they are. And engaging with friends and their families will help you know them better, and also expose them to you. Let your family know them, and your friends, the ones who mentor you. They'll see things that you may not be able to see. Yeah.
Wow, words of wisdom. Well, our viewers, thank you for joining us today. And this is, again, it's Blue Flinch, and as we're continuing on this series of dating and relationship. So if you have any questions, please feel free, to inbox us, and, you know, we'll answer them accordingly. And may you have a lovely night, and God bless you. Looking forward to see you again.